Hello, my name is Jeremy McDonald, and I'm from Don Bosco Cristo Rey, and this is my submission for the Evolve stage for challenge number 3. How might we how might we reimagine professional learning so that we continue to grow, feel inspired, and have the greatest impact on our students? My idea rests on the concept of creating a dashboard where teachers can submit evidence and instructional leaders and peer observers and department chairs can submit evidence on teachers meeting certain learning objectives defined by their professional learning plan. The keys um, for my idea or concept. First, it must be social, must be student driven, must respect the teacher's time, must add to the teacher's skill set, must be attached to the mission of the school, must be flexible, and teachers must grow, be inspired, and students have to be impacted. And so, really, what I'm looking at is an online curriculum dashboard system that gives teachers badges and is focused on evidence and gives teachers the ability to group themselves or instructional leaders to group teachers. So as I kind of have gone through this, I kind of come up with a couple kind of pain points of this concept or this idea. And really, they all revolve around this core question or key question: what does evidence look like? Is it really just based on student mastery? I mean, that's where my mind kept going, is student mastery. This is evidence. At the end of the day, are students getting what they need to get, and are they improving? And in high school setting, which was what I'm in, a lot of those data points revolve around things like ACT, SAT, teacher test, state or local standardized assessment. And then as I kind of started playing around with this, I started thinking about, well, what about teacher ratings? Teacher ratings of students. Are students routinely participating? Are they happy in class? Are they asking questions? Do they want to be there? Do they want to learn? And so, how do you look for those things in the classroom, and how do you verify those? And so that brought me to my first iteration. And so you can see it here on paper. We'll eventually get to the online platform here in a minute, but this is Evolve 1. In the top corner here, you can see as my idea was to kind of make it social, so teachers would tag themselves with areas of interest, and then they'd be able to see other areas or other teachers who had similar areas, or perhaps areas maybe they want to grow and they can find a teacher who has tagged themselves as a strength. And really, this first initial dashboard layout was super student centric. So it has things like student attendance, student grades, GPAs on core areas of ELA, math, Spanish, science, and then college data such as ACT, SAT data, and then of course for my school the 4 domains for Charlotte Danielson's framework. Now this is not a Charlotte Danielson's framework concept or an idea, but this is just what my school uses, and so it's easy for me to kind of apply that here. Really, these 4 things can be anything. And then the last thing is this teacher bar, which is something that I was able to keep throughout the different iterations. So I really struggled with the concept of having all that student data there and just having it all be like, are students getting A's in the class? Are students, passing the test? Because, at the end of the day, was that truly what this challenge is about? And obviously, improving student outcomes is what any challenge around education is about. But I kind of walked away thinking, just didn't like it, and I wrestled with it a little bit, and so I kind of streamlined it down. So as you can see here, I just have the 4 domains, and I added a couple other domains here just so you can kind of see the concept of how you could apply it to other things other than what you would get with Charlotte Danielson. So, for example, I have integrating technology and a personal objective. But what I really want to kind of focus on is the heat map. So the heat map idea is, using colors, I'd be able to see this, and I'd be able to see areas of strength and weakness right away. In addition, I would have my energy bar and my badges as well to show me how am I improving along here, and areas that I need to grow as a teacher, areas that are my strengths, and how I can move forward, how I can develop my professional learning plan. So here's where we got to. This is it. I'll zoom in here. I just kind of want to show it to you in a all-encompassing view here. So this is a dash view. It's through ClickView Sense. It's free. I think I can get up to 5 users. So look down below to see if you can log in. I hopefully will be able to add a login for everybody, so you guys can play around with this and just to see how it works. So we have the teacher information, and in this case, I have all the teachers listed together. That could be fixed so that teachers could only see themselves. It would depend on the school and the school district and things like that. Here's our energy bar. So obviously going up to 100 was what you would want to be at. The heat map is here. It needs a little bit of work. The darker the color, the smaller the number of pieces of evidence. So domain 1 is the one that has the most pieces of evidence, and domain 3 has the least. Danielson's framework is broken up into subdomains, and so they're labeled A through F in her framework, and so I used the simple A through F settings here, and this is just so you can kind of see where in the domain that you are weak or that you're strong. And then this is just a pivot table which has the type of evidence that was uploaded. So an instructional leader observation or assessment, a peer observation or assessment, standardized test data, teacher test data, or video. So you can see, and then who did it. Was it a department chair? Was it a teacher themselves or own? Principal, teacher, peer, or vice principal? And so the way this would work is if I select Jane's our superstar teacher, so I will select her. So you can see she's now selected, and now everything changes. All right, so you can I'll unchange it just so you can see it, and then I'll go back so you can kind of see. So you can see here where all the evidence is, who did it, what the type of evidence was. You can quickly see, okay, domain 1, you're good. Domain 4, you're good. Domain 2, domain 3, this is where we need to focus in my professional development learning plan if I'm Jane Doe. Then you can break it down. You can look at, okay, well, F seems to be the one that's the weakest, and so that would be between 2 and 3. That would be 2. Oh, I'm sorry, I got 4. 1 and 4 on here. So if we selected 2 and 3, I can then look and see. So all the data is random. So I didn't do a good job of randomizing the data because everything is the same number here. But assuming E were to be the weakest for domain 2, that would be organizing physical space. And so I could then develop my professional learning plan around how do I develop and organize my physical space. And then the next time that we have an instructional leader or a peer assessment come in to view my classroom, it would be around organizing the physical space. And that's how I spent my professional development time. So that's where the respect for the teacher's time comes into play, because I'm really only focusing on areas that I need to focus on. What's going to happen next with this concept? What I would like to happen is obviously work on some of the formatting issues and clean that up. I've just started learning about Google Course Builder, so I think there might be some things in there that would really kind of take this to the next level. Second is finding a way to tie in that student data, because I think it is important. I just don't want it to be as a driving factor as it was in the original evolution of this idea. And then lastly, the last big idea, I would like to be able to click on, if I click on this 16, I would bring up all 16 pieces of evidence, and then I could click on that and actually drill in all the way down and see. So if I wanted to watch one of these 11 videos, I just click on it, and then the videos are listed, and then I click on the one video that I want to watch. So that's my idea. Hello, and I hope that this is something that you guys find interesting. I would love to hear your comments, feedback, negative or positive. Anything helps. And I really thank you for your time. Have a great day.